It is 2 minutes past 9 p.m. Thank you for joining us for this live broadcast tonight. Our reporters have been up and about, interacting with different issues and different stories, and they have brought you these stories tonight. Here are the top ones. CS Muturi calls for President Ruto out to end abductions and killings. IEBC selection panel holds first meeting electing its chair, Dr. Nelson Makanda. Car carrying 5 plunges into river in Machakos sub-county, killing 2 on the spot. And MOH calls for enhanced screening and early treatment to curb rising cases of cancer. This is KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. And Margaret Megwe joins us in the sign language interpretation tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Bedan Muturi has publicly called out President William Ruto once again to stop the abductions and extrajudicial killings in the country. Speaking during a press briefing minutes after the postponement of the second case involving the abduction of 2 young men in Lolongo, Muturi strongly condemned the increasing cases of abductions, calling for immediate action. Our political reporter James Baraka now reports.
In just hours after 2 Mlolongo abductees were found dead, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi has come out boldly yet again, calling out on President William Ruto to immediately end the abductions and extrajudicial killings in the country.
Mr. President, I'm calling upon you now to order an end to these abductions, which you promised, killings, extrajudicial killings, and an open inquiry to examine, inquire into how these things have been happening. We cannot make it normal.
Muturi, who has recently faced intense condemnation from Ruto's allies for his daylight criticism to the government which he himself is part of, sharply rebuked the government for what he termed as misplaced priorities.
We sit somewhere claiming that we are discussing matters about the economy of this country. Economy for who? If we are killing them, abducting and killing the young ones, so who are you doing the economy for?
The CS further expressed deep sympathy for parents of the abductees, citing their lack of direct access to the president like him when his son who had been kidnapped was released only after his relentless efforts to reach the president.
I was lucky that when my son was abducted, I was able to reach the president, and he immediately ordered Nuldin Haji to release him. And Nuldin, went ahead and released him. How about these parents and relatives who cannot reach the president? I do recall that during the campaigns, we went around the country saying that abductions, extrajudicial killings would never happen at our watch. But now it is happening.
As soon as the house opens, this is the topic number 1 of the house. We cannot allow the house to proceed when we don't know where our children are. So that the police moves with speed, produces these people whether dead or alive as they have been ordered by the court.
Muturi's remarks comes in just few days after Deputy President Kithure Kindiki issued a stern warning to government officials criticizing the administration from within, wanting them to resign, a warning that Muturi seemingly turned a deaf ear to.
Wale wanataka kuoppose rais watoke nje, wajoin Kalonzo, Wajakoya na hiyo timu nyingine waanze kuoppose wakiwa huko nje. There is no problem. But you cannot be prime minister flying a flag and then you are sabotaging the same administration. Not possible.
Policy that supports abductions and extrajudicial killings.
As abductions and extrajudicial killings in the country continue to be a thorn in the flesh, President Ruto's administration continued to face mounting pressure from public service CS and human rights organizations alike. James Baraka for KUTV, Nairobi.
And activists in Mombasa are calling for the immediate resignation of the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, and DCI boss Mohammed Ibrahim Amin, following the recent wave of abductions witnessed in the country. The activists claim that Kanja and Amin have failed to end the enforced disappearances in the country. The activists have also called for the court to summon Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen to answer questions regarding the disappearances of innocent Kenyans, some of whom have so far been found dead.
We condemn all the recent killings and call for action. We call for the removal of Inspector General of Police on the grounds of gross violation of the Constitution and his DCI counterpart, as they have shown incapacity to take charge. We cannot have a country where Kenyans die without explanation. We shall take all necessary legal action to ensure that justice is served to the victims and their families.
Na bunge letu imefail kuaddress issue kama hizi. Tunataka inquiry commission itengenezwe, manake tunaona taasisi zingine institution kama vile IPOA pia ni kamba wanalegeza kamba. Up to date, nobody, police officer waliohusika kuumiza watu, kuua watu, hakuna mtu yoyote tangu hizi maandamano zianze amekuwa held accountable. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema hii ni serikali na hatutaogopa. Kama majenzi tumetoka leo kusema kuwa mambo bado na sasa ndo tumeanza.
Tunaona mtiririko fulani kuwa haya yote yanatokea kwa sababu ni serikali ama vyombo vya serikali vinahusika. Haiwezi kuwa ni coincidence kuwa wakati wanatokea mahakamani ndio watu wanapatikana.
And on a sad note, 2 people have been reported dead following an accident that took place in Thwake area in Machakos sub-county along the Kitui-Machakos road after their car plunged into the Thwake River. The personal vehicle is said to have been carrying 5 people, 2 of whom died on the spot due to the impact of the crash. The injured were taken to Machakos Level 5 Hospital for treatment, while the deceased were transferred to Machakos Level 5 mortuary.
That the 2 passengers in the vehicle died on the spot, with those injured rushed to the Machakos Level 5 hospital for treatment. The area locals advised the drivers using the section of the Kitui to Machakos road, especially near the Thwake River, to be cautious.
Ningeweza kutoa tahadhari kwa madereva wale ambao wanatumia hii barabara ya Machakos Kitui Road ya kwamba katika hii barabara ama hii bridge ya Thwake si pazuri. Sasa ukifika Kaani ama ukifika Kithangaini kama unatoka Masi na kuhatarisha kwamba uweze kupunguza mwendo ndio ajali isije ikatokea.
Additionally, the residents alleged that the driver of the vehicle fled the scene and that his whereabouts are unknown.
Tukachukua hatua ya kuokoa watu ambao walikuwa hapo ndani ya gari. Tukafanikiwa kutoa 3 ambapo 2 walikuwa wamekufa na mmoja ambaye alikuwa dereva alitoroka akaenda ambapo hatujui alienda wapi.
One side of the personal vehicle was almost completely written off, with the tires hanging loosely, a clear sign of the impact from the fall. Investigations are currently ongoing to determine the exact cause of the fatal road accident. Cynthia, KUTV.
And the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, KCAA, through its Director General Emil Arao, has confirmed that 2 people have died following a Thursday night aircraft crash at Kedong Ranch in Naivasha. According to the Kenya Civil Authority, KCAA, the accident involved a Cessna 185 aircraft, registration 5YBVL, belonging to a Farmland Aviation, which had departed from Wilson Airport heading to Mbaruk in Nakuru. Although investigations are underway, Preliminary reports indicate that the bad weather might have contributed to the fatal crash. In a statement on Friday, KCAA Director General Emil Arao said that the investigations are ongoing in coordination with relevant authorities. May the Lord rest those souls in perfect peace. With that, we take a short break right here on KUTV Primetime News tonight. We'll be back in a bit. Keep it here.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Starting Saturday, 25th January of 2025, the ever-entertaining, educative and energizing high school fair will be taking place at KU Graduation Square. The event will start from 9 a.m. and will be live on KUTV Kenya. The event will be open to all high school students free of charge. Join us and learn more on the academic programs and interact with the different faculties. Public lectures on topical issues will also be taking place throughout the week, with corporate exhibitions taking center stage as well. The official opening ceremony will take place on the 28th of January 2025 at the KU Graduation Square. This year's theme is dubbed Future Outlook: Careers for Sustainable Development in the Digital Age and Green Economy. Be part of us as we mark the 2025 KU Career Week Fair.
In a world where uncertainty rules and opportunities are scarce, it's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, business strategies, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako inakataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, what you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, Anyango Sylvia, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Welcome to Engine, where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin. Welcome back, and we are glad that you're still tuned to KUTV News tonight. Remember, this live broadcast is also live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and conversations happening at KUTV_Kenya on X, formerly Twitter. Now, the IEBC selection panel has today, in their first meeting, elected Dr. Nelson Makanda as their chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC selection panel. Following its complete constitution, the panel now has a strict 85-day timeline to complete the recruitment process and submit the names of the nominees to President William Ruto.
The IEBC selection panel today held its first meeting following the swearing in of 2 additional members. During the meeting, the panel elected Dr. Nelson Makanda as the chairperson of the IEBC selection panel, with Linda Kiome chosen as the vice chairperson. With a 9-member panel now fully constituted, it is set to begin its work by publishing a public notice tomorrow inviting applications for the positions of IEBC chairperson and commissioners.
Good afternoon.
2 additional members of the IEBC selection panel, that is Caroline Kituku from the Law Society of Kenya and Fatma Saman, were sworn in. Presiding over the swearing-in ceremony, Chief Justice Martha Koome urged the panel to conduct its duties with independence and integrity, free from external influence, emphasizing that the selection process must prioritize public interest and adhere to constitutional principles. Koome further expressed concerns over the prolonged delay in the reconstituting of the electoral body, warning that it posed a risk in the country's democratic stability. Earlier this week, 7 members of the selection panel were sworn in at the Supreme Court of Kenya in a ceremony also led by the Chief Justice Martha Koome. The members include Linda Kiome Gaki, Professor Olo Adams, James Evans Misati, Nicodemus Kipchirchir Buri, Ambassador Koki Muli Gignon, Tanui Andrew Kipkoech, and Dr. Nelson Makanda. Yvonne Kemuma, KUTV.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has called on the youth to accept to be guided and mentored by their elders. Kindiki advised that despite the youth being educated and skilled, they still need to be guided and mentored. Kindiki was speaking during the first graduation ceremony of Olesos Technical College in Nandi County, where he was accompanied by Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba, Nandi County Governor Stephen Sang, and other leaders. Kindiki later visited Kieni in Nyeri County, where he reiterated the Kenya Kwanza's development agenda.
You are more powerful than your parents. You are more powerful than us because you have more knowledge than our generation. Because of technology, you have better exposure that we didn't have when we were young. So you have greater potential than all of us. But you must allow to be mentored because there are things that are not taught in Lesotho's National Polytechnic. They are not taught in any university. They are not in the curriculum of any education institution. They are taught in a curriculum in a school called the School of Life.
Kenya is losing 9 women daily due to cervical cancer, with over 3,000 deaths recorded annually. The disease, now categorized as the world's second deadliest, has seen 5,226 new cases reported each year in Kenya. Globally, cervical cancer claims 10 million lives annually. Ahead of the National Cancer Prevention Month in February, the Ministry of Health is now intensifying efforts to enhance screening and early treatment to curb the rising cases.
Speaking during the World Cervical Cancer Awareness Month commemoration, health stakeholders and government officials are now calling for urgent intervention to combat the rising cases of cancer in the country. Public Health PS Mary Muthoni emphasized the importance of early screening, revealing that late diagnosis spells doom for many women.
CHPs, tumeagana aje? Tuende kwa manyumbani, tuongee na wamama wote na wababa wote. Waende nini? Screening. Na screening hapa is free. Wengine wanasema, unajua ukiingishwa kwa hiyo shimo zingine, utagonjeka zaidi. Yani zile vitu tunasikianga huku nje saa zingine. Hata unashangaa.
They noted that cervical cancer is preventable and can be eliminated following the launch of a vaccination program targeting 14-year-old school-going girls.
Now, over the past 1 week, mumeona hii maneno ya USAID, saying they are stopping funding and so on. So what does this mean for us as a country? Lazima tukae chonjo. We have to start investing ourselves into this priority of eliminating cervical cancer. We want to ensure that 90% of our girls are vaccinated. Umesikia maneno hiyo vaccine inapeanwa. 70% are screened. Tunajua wale wako na hiyo ugonjwa. And 90% are treated who have cancer.
Statistics indicate that Kenya loses 9 women daily to cervical cancer, with over 3,000 deaths recorded annually. 5,226 new cases are reported each year in Kenya, with cervical cancer now categorized as the second deadliest disease, claiming 10 million lives annually on a global scale.
Of all the deaths, 1 out of 6 is as a result of cancer. We have to do something.
Ahead of the National Cancer Prevention Month in February, Kenyans have been encouraged to register for the Social Health Authority SHA to support cancer patients and ease financial burden affecting not just families but the entire communities, and further take advantage of free screenings available at health facilities.
Usually very expensive. Unauza ng'ombe, unauza shamba, unafanya harambee. And up to now still it's expensive, but that time mimi nilitumia NHIF na iliketa almost everything. But as for now, kuna ka challenge which I believe our CS, as the transition inaendelea, I would request our wagonjwa wetu tuko na wao hapa waendelee kutibiwa as you smoothen the transition. Waache kuteseka because some are still at home. Wanaenda wanaambiwa hawatatibiwa kwa sababu ya the SHA.
And in similar efforts, the government through the Ministry of Health has vowed to eliminate at least 6 neglected tropical diseases, including elephantiasis, by 2027. Speaking in Kilifi County during the World NTD Day celebrations, Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Baraza noted that there are 21 neglected tropical diseases in the world and 20 affect sections of Kenya.
since 2012, 31 countries have eliminated at least one NTD, proving that these diseases can indeed be conquered. Today, we celebrate this progress and renew our determination to overcome the barriers that remain. In Kenya, our journey towards eliminating lymphatic filariasis offers an inspiring example of that which can be achieved.
Theo Masharia for KUTV.
Welcome back. Now let's dive into sports news. And Tusker FC has acquired the services of Ugandan midfielder Dennis Iguma on a one-year contract from Police FC in Kampala, with the possible departure of top scorer Ryan Wesley Ogam. Ogam is a subject of interest from Algerian side USM Alger, who are keen to sign him before their window closes midnight Friday. Iguma, who was set to join the Brewers at the beginning of the season before the move failed to materialize, believes he can win titles with Football Kenya Federation Premier League side Tusker. And Manchester City will renew their rivalry with Real Madrid in a blockbuster Champions League playoff, with Celtic taking on Bayern Munich in a bid to reach the last 16. PSG will face off Brest in a bid to book a spot in the round of 16 after failing to seal automatic spot after finishing below top 8 teams. As Juventus square it out with the Netherlands side PSV, other teams set out to battle it out in the playoff include Monaco versus Benfica, as Sporting Lisbon and Borussia Dortmund face off in a do-or-die affair. All right, we've come to the end of the conversation that is KUTV Primetime News this Friday evening. Be sure to take care of yourself with the shifting of weather patterns so that you remain healthy throughout this period that we have changes here and there. We've come to the end of the conversation once again. Thanks to everyone who has made this bulletin possible, including our reporters who have been up and about, interacting with different issues and different people to bring you these different stories. And of course, our leader, who is Karen Kimwele here at the newsroom, and of course without forgetting our producer, that is Theo Masharia, and my director Levis Ndomoto, without forgetting my very good friend Francis Maina, who is in the technical department guiding us all the way to make sure we have quality sound and picture right here at KUTV News under KUTV, a new experience. Margaret Megwe is our sign language interpreter. She's done a fantastic job. I hope I have done a good job as well. My name is Mutegi K. Martin. Until next time, good night. God bless.